Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Spinner Rack. Today with me is Cal. Unfortunately, the Prime Minister wasn't able to attend, but he's always here with us in spirit.
Yeah, make it rain.
Today, we're going to be talking about Rogue One, the newest trailer. What can I say? I am just not enthused by this trailer. I'm going to see the movie. They're going to get my money, but, I don't know. What do you think, Cal?
How enthusiastic can they make you feel for this in-between story? There's really nothing there, okay? But looks like it's going to be entertaining nonetheless. So I didn't expect anybody to say, oh yeah, this is the story I've been waiting for. How they actually got the plans for the Death Star. I've been waiting to see this one. No, nobody's going to get up for it, but it's part of the Star Wars universe. It's a smart move, okay? And it looks like it's going to be a well-told story. So that means they can open up pockets to do other things, which I would love to see. Like Obi-Wan, after, the whole thing with the prequels. I would love to see some stuff like that. A little side mission, maybe some early Han Solo stuff. But it all hangs on this film being done pretty well. But, I can't imagine anyone saying, yeah, this is the story I've been waiting for.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The last trailer was better than the others. I think there was more action.
But that's the way they always do it, though.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, it's still, is it going to make Episode 8 money? No. The question is whether it will make Civil War money. I don't think so.
It doesn't have to.
If it does as well as, what's that second tier movie? X-Men Apocalypse.
If it does as well as X-Men Apocalypse, that's fine. That's all they need.
Fine. Yeah. Because, there's no big stars. Basically, the whole thing here is the animals, is the animation, right?
Yeah.
Not the animation,
the special effects?
The special effects.
The special effects, we can't say that special effects are the star.
You don't think so?
No.
Come on, the Death Star looks off the hook.
No. See, the one thing that I have noted with Disney being in is that you can usually count on a solid story. That's the one thing that I've noted. When Disney gets Disney, okay, for whatever reason, their storytelling is usually very good. Meaning that if you come into a Disney film, story-wise, you're going to walk away and you're like, okay, good story, good entertainment for my money. Special effects for me are throwaway at this point because last year's special effects will be outpaced by next year's special effects. That's how well they can do it now.
Of course.
So that's not a big deal. We all know what the Death Star is going to do anyway. And not a damn thing. It hasn't done anything in any of these movies. It blows up one planet. So far, how many kills did the Death Star have under its belt? One planet. One! Then they made a bigger one, and we saw it kill one time and it was gone. So that's not a big draw.
The Death Star is a threat. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like a nuclear bomb. Hey, you mess with me, we're going to bring our planet and we're going to blow you up.
So far, nuclear weapons 2, Death Star 1. Okay, the nuclear bombs, were a bigger threat than the Death Star. Did one planet, never got to shoot the other one.
Look, my biggest problem with the film, and I said it from the initial point, is that we have a female lead. A female lead who looks like the last female lead in Episode 8. And, you're not differentiating much. Why they would go this round,
that's a good point. Because I understand why they're doing the female lead.
Whoa.
Because they believe we live in this feminine era. They're trying to make the feminist money because the feminist BS, suckered them, and that's what they think they have to do. But
50% of the money can come from women. I understand it.
No. It's more like 60% of the money comes from women. But you don't necessarily have to have a woman at the helm to get the money. Okay, story has to be good. Women enjoy stories with men at the helm.
Of course.
Okay,
of course.
just as much as they enjoy stories with women at the helm. It's not a gender-specific thing. But when you're talking about that the lead looks very much like the last one, yeah, they could, if they really want to do, okay, we want to change things up. To be honest, there's a whole bunch of different roads that you could have taken with this. And, we're pretty much seeing the same thing right now. But we'll see. Because they try their best to do a diverse cast. So we'll see Forrest Whitaker in there. Who else we see? We'll see the guy from Yip Man is there. So we'll see these cats. But, how much different of a story would it have been if we had the guy who was the lead from Yip Man? And he was the guy at that lead. Not a lot of there's not a lot of films I see with the, Chinese male lead, especially with the Hollywood stuff. That's still a barrier that you need to break through. Female lead isn't something that's unheard of. Okay? But that's something that you could actually look at. But right now, we're in the feminine era. So, got to have the feminine lead.
Well, look, no, I think it makes perfect box office sense to try to get a feminine lead. The problem is that it looks too much like Rey.
You're saying it makes more box office sense to have a female lead than it does to have a Chinese male lead, and they're trying to conquer the Asian market.
In America, yeah, it's going to work perfectly fine. You know what I'm trying to
say? Disagree. If you're really looking to break barriers, that's the barrier you need to break. You could not name five leading Chinese male actors. You couldn't name two. Two.
Two.
Okay, so again, that's where you want to break the feminine stuff. No. You guys got that's not something here or there that needs to actually be broken. That's just what's trending right now. You want real diversity? That's where you need to break. Get some guy like Russell Wong over there and let him be the lead.
Probably the next movie will be. Who knows? Who knows?
What kind of nonsense? You know it's not going to happen. You know it's not going to happen.
China is buying into Hollywood right now. Look at the Matt Damon movie right now. What, Great Wall?
Mm-hmm.
He's the lead right there. They're spending billions of dollars. You know, the company that owns AMC theaters, they're in there. The company, one of the biggest entertainment companies, Landmark from China, is in here in Hollywood. They're buying all these companies, Legendary.
Well,
you know, and so some of these shows, they know that, hey, what we're going to do, we're going to package it, we're going to use the Hollywood expertise, but we're going to put Chinese money and then probably put some Chinese characters in it and make billions worldwide.
Yeah.
That's their plan, you know? And it's a very good plan.
They'll do it. As long as they got guys like Matt Damon willing to come in and prostitute themselves, they'll be fine.
What are you talking about prostituting? I'm saying, hey, this is a regular business. Hey, they have the money. They own the studio.
They were like, hey, Matt, come on in here. Here's some money. Now show a little leg. Show a little shoulder. Hike it up a little. Okay. Now drop your drawers.
So, I mean, we're talking about Rogue One, but the visuals on that look fantastic. On that, what's the Great Wall movie? Matt Damon in the movie? I don't know.
At this point, I expect these movies to be visually exciting, to be visually stimulating, but I want to see a good story. I don't want Batman versus Superman, but like, oh wow, look at those visuals, and the story is trash, rubbish.
What are summertime
scat.
movies? Summertime movies are just action trash. Sometimes you just want to go into a theater and just chill and just
No, Captain America: Civil War was a very good story.
And be
very good story. Doctor Strange, good story. Batman versus Superman, scat.
Batman vs Superman, they had some issues.
Scat.
Apocalypse was very good.
Apocalypse was better than Batman versus Superman, and that was rubbish.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree. So, do you have anything else to say about Rogue One?
What kind of nonsense is that? You act like you don't know each other. Agree to disagree? No, we're going to fight. That's what we're going to do.
So, what do you think of what else about Rogue One that you like? I like the setting. I like the fact there's an ensemble group coming together. If what I've been reading that they're like a little band of heroes going out together to try to get this whole thing set up, it's okay.
Well, this sounds like suicide. This sounds like a suicide. It's pretty much a suicide mission.
But not with good guys, I assume. Not with bad guys.
Well, it's not like you can't have a suicide mission with only bad guys. That's more like a Dirty Dozen. That's more like a Dirty Dozen formula. This is a suicide mission, almost like a kamikaze type thing, where they have to go in. You know, they'll whittle everybody down, and there'll be maybe one survivor, if any survivors, that sort of thing. But the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is that for years you had the expanded Star Wars universe in terms of the books. Okay, that was the expanded Star Wars universe, and they did a lot of development. And the moment they came out with The Force Awakens, they said, okay, bye! They cut all of that off.
The minute they bought Lucas, they said, bye, we don't need this stuff.
Okay, they cut all of that stuff out, and I know a lot of guys were upset by it, but I understand why they had to make that decision. This, however, would allow them to really expand and to do some more films and not have to be solely dependent on one type of storyline.
The Skywalker family.
They don't have to be dependent on that. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, and there's a lot of stuff that was done. I mean, Han Solo had his own stories. Lando Calrissian had his own stories. Boba Fett, had his own stories. And if you can really invest in
had his own stories. My gosh.
Okay, so there was a lot of stuff that you can do. It's an entire galaxy full of stories, and we've only really heard about one particular family and one particular story. So, but again, that was under the helm of Lucas, and Lucas had his particular vision. Once it's with Disney, Disney likes to, come on, Disney markets the hell out of Winnie the Pooh, let alone Star Wars. So we can only imagine what they'll see. And, we see that, Marvel also got a really, really nice push with their connection to it. They're excellent storytellers. They're excellent storytellers. This is something that Warner Brothers has actually done very well with their superheroes on the CW.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of getting better stories out, which they can't translate into the films because they just don't have the right people there. So that's the really big thing I'm looking for. If I enjoy the film, that's one thing. But if the film does well, then I can look forward to, I wouldn't mind seeing some young Han Solo, which for me is like young Indiana Jones to a certain extent. I wouldn't mind seeing some other stories about what's going on in this universe, and they won't be gun-shy about doing it because they can say, look, we can spread it around. We don't necessarily have to be dependent on this to hit big. This will be the big stories. These will be the smaller ones, and we still make money.
I disagree with you. Do you really want to spend time just looking? Look, everybody wants to see the Force. They want to see the Skywalkers. They want to see that develop and what happened.
Yeah, they want to see that until they see something else and realize, oh, we can enjoy this too.
Yeah, I don't know where this comes in here, and the whole thing with the younger Han Solo, young Han Solo,
Which is supposed to be in development.
yeah, it's in development. Again, I don't know why are we going back. There's so many stories right then and there. I mean, alone the history. What happened in Jakku? You know what I'm trying to say? Why was that big ship placed there? The books hint at it.
What do you mean?
What happened? Why was there battle? Why was the girl left there? I mean, they're going to develop it.
I don't care about all that because they're going to take care of that in the whole Force Awakens storyline. So I don't care
I'm saying
about
there's
that.
other, the way they treated Han Solo and Leia in the past movie. I was really disappointed. I didn't really like it. I overlooked some of that. I just felt that
Well, it wasn't
didn't
about
make a lot of
them.
sense. Yeah, and the son.
And Carrie Fisher totally phoned that one in. She kind of just showed up.
Yeah. So I mean, if that's what they're going to do, they're going to be lazy like that. Then I'm not going to necessarily enjoy this.
Well,
movie.
no, because
that's my fear.
here's what you get to do. Because with the Force Awakens, that's the next generation.
Right.
You can bring them in. The early Han Solo stories. I mean, literally, that's for the people who came up with Star Wars. They can get some more stuff, and you can still bring in the younger generation and still generate interest in the original storyline by doing such. So there's a lot of stuff that can be mined over there.
But the key thing with Han Solo was that Han Solo didn't believe in the Force. He didn't think it was a real thing. It wasn't until years later when he met that.
Yeah, so let's see him when he's younger. I mean, look, at
So
best,
he's going to cross. What's going to happen? He's going to cross paths with Darth Vader. And
no, because there's no reason for him to do any. There's no reason for him to do any of
Darth
that.
Vader is in Rebels right now.
So
You know what I'm trying to say? And they're saying that's part of the whole universe. So I'm expecting to see people who are in Rebels.
a young Han Solo. Okay, let's say young Han Solo is in his early 20s, would still be pretty distant from Darth Vader. And the Empire takes time to rise. That in itself is a storyline. It's not immediate. It's not with immediacy.
When he is there, Han Solo I think he went out to become a stormtrooper. So the Empire was already there.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't anything. He just says, "Hey, I'm not doing this stuff. I'm just going to go do my illegal stuff."
I don't know. Timeline. I always thought. Okay. By the time Han Solo is really doing his thing, Darth Vader and the Empire has really just gotten the solidity on the. On it.
No, they're running the show. So I mean,
They couldn't have been in power for that long because Luke takes them down. Look, Luke comes into it. Let's say he's about 18.
Yeah.
And then by the time he takes down Vader, he's not even 30. So how long could they have been in power? Like 10, 15 years?
But think about it. The Chancellor, before he shows who he truly becomes the Emperor, is running the apparatus of the government. And at the end of the Clone Wars is when he finally just comes out and takes over everything.
Right, but they still have resistance.
But I'm saying
and they're still trying to solidify their power because they still have the resistance.
No, but you have 18 years. They're dominating everything by that time. It's not even a question. They're running the show. But then people are starting to fight back little by little. There's small bands all over.
I thought they. Well, you know what? That's something totally different. My view on it was that okay, they came over, they did this Godfather type thing where they wiped out all the major resistance, but there was still resistance at that point, and they're busy stamping this out. When we get to A New Hope, it's pretty much, look, these are the last guys standing. And once they hit the rebel base there, that's it. They're like the last people really against them. So they have spent all of this time, and this is pretty much it. After they're done, they will have secured their paramountcy, and there's nobody else in front of them. But that's the way I always looked at it. Anyway, looking forward to the film.
Well, we'll see what happens. At the moment, I can't give any thumbs up or thumbs down. I'll just wait and see what happens.
It's a trailer. You don't have to give a thumbs up.
Yeah, but I mean, some trailers will make you feel more excited about going to see something. Like Doctor Strange. Very excited to see that movie.
Yeah, because it was Marvel and Doctor Strange.
Fantastic Beasts. Very excited to see that movie.
Thank you.
But this one, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I'm following Rebels, read the books. I hope that they do a good job. And I hope that they tie in the other shows from Clone Wars to Rebels.
Yeah, good luck. That's not happening. Good luck.
That would really help these movies, especially people who are.
You need some major talent behind that in order to tie everything in. And those guys have to be. Look, it's hard enough doing a show with 3 guys, let alone trying to get all of these other people on board and all this connectivity between it. That's not easy. You need some major talent, and then you need some people who are really willing to give up a whole bunch of time to make certain that all connects and runs smoothly.
Well, you had people like that. You have some people in the Marvel universe. You have people in Lucas. When Lucas ran, he had a guy who, when they had all the books, was supposed to make sure that the books ran.
Yeah, but those are just books.
No, but I'm just trying.
There was never any cross pollination between the books, animation and film. If you remember the very first Clone Wars animated series.
Great series, by the way. Go check
that was great. And then when you got to the film, it was a character like what was this? I can't remember his name. He was using all of the lightsabers. Darth
Maul?
No, it wasn't Darth Maul. He was using he was like more like a robot than anything else, and his heart
Yeah.
was still beating. And he was able to use lightsabers with his hands. He was able to use a lightsaber with his feet.
Yeah.
And I was looking, I was like, oh wow, this looks like a guy who's really deadly. And then he got into the film, and you know, Obi-Wan took him out without any problem. But in the clone animation, he was a really tough customer. It really took something to actually go after
They
him.
gave him more of a three-dimensional aspect as opposed
Yeah,
to.
there was another good character, Dirge. Dirge was like a really top-level fighter. You saw Mace Windu and saw just how potent he could be. And then you get to the films, and it's kind of like, okay.
true. You're
So
right, you're right.
with the books, they were like, okay, just make certain there's cohesivity with the books, but there was no cross-pollination between all the other mediums. And for that, you really need some top people. You need some top people.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe they hired Donald Trump. Oh no, I forgot. He's stinking up the place. So we want to stay away
He's
from
not
him.
sticking up the chart. We got to give the president.
When you're attacking labor, union
environment.
leaders, and these are the people who voted for you, you're stinking up the joint.
Hey, well, they have to learn. Spin rack out.